Okay, so here's episode 5, continuing on with the masonry work for the foundation. You can see these guys made more progress today. Had one little snafu, which I'll tell you about in just a second, but you can see some of the ins and outs going on in this foundation. And in the back there, you see the porch. We'll walk back there in just a sec. But anyways, today they started putting in the anchor bolts, and you can see they have to grout those in now, so they have to put them in and they have to fill that core with mortar and for the anchor bolts. They used to put them in between and just hook them on the bottom, but that's not allowed anymore because they used to spin too much. And these are pretty considerate folks because they actually measure 16 feet from there is where the treated plate will end when we get to that point in this project. And see right there, you put a mark, and then you put another anchor bolt there because the next plate will come in there, so it allows you to tie those off. And not every mason does that. He's still missing one in here. You can see the X there, so they're doing them as they go. You can kind of see the vent plan now, a couple vents there. You can see all of that is vented down there. That's vented. This doesn't have vents in it because there's still walls to come in around here for the front porch. And here is that missing footer. So they dug that out, the one that was 2 feet off, and dug that out and poured that footer today. So that's great. There's another one of these story poles, which is just amazing because these guys are able to use these angle brackets to hold them. And they lean blocks on them, which I tried to do that in the past and I never could do that successfully. But these guys make it look easy. Wall here, and then this is where we're talking about this this porch back here is right there. They still have one wall left on it, but the problem was I came by and I asked them if they had filled all the cores, grouted all the cores in, which means they have to mix mortar and completely fill all of the openings in there. And that's only required on the porch walls because they're going to be filled with stone. And there's a little bit of outward pressure that you're dealing with. So just to make that wall extra strong, because we're going to fill it with stone, like I say, and the slab will go on the top. So to deal with that lateral pressure, the engineer had that specified as to fill the cores with grout. So they have to do that. So they had to pop the 4-inch blocks back off the top. I'll show you those in the next video. And fill those. So they'll fill those tomorrow. They are going to work tomorrow, but you can see now this is a crawl space starting to form up. Pretty generous space down here, which is going to make it kind of nice for the HVAC guys when they're working, electricians when they're in here, and then ultimately a little bit of storage space. So we got a nice big opening that will frame a door for that. And really just left is to come around here and come around that little jut out right there, which is in the master bath. And then over here is the carport, and there's where the 3 posts go for the carport. So if you're starting to understand this house a little bit, the way it's laid out. And they'll still have to come back in, and these that you see in here, where they poured these footers, is for the piers. And it'll make more sense. The piers will get block laid up, and they will come up even with that, and then the beams will sit on top of those. So anyways, I guess that's it for episode 5, anchor bolts. And by the way, I'll show you real quick before we conclude, because I just caught them with my eyes. This is what an anchor bolt looks like. Okay, and they, like I say, they used to just put them down in here and hook them, but that's not allowed anymore. They have to get them down here and they have to bed them in and get them, and that's what we will bolt down the plates, and ultimately that's what keeps the house on the foundation. Okay, so anyways, until episode 6, there we are.